Oh my God. All right. So I just had my first meeting. I just had my first meeting with the institute that's going to be handling my HRT. This is the first meeting I had regarding HRT, hormone replacement therapy, with any kind of doctor or any kind of institute. And I just wanted to tell you kind of real quick how it went down, because I know a lot of you are curious about what the steps are and what to expect. And to tell you the truth, I was curious too. I never really it's really hard to look up what exactly goes down, and it's really hard trying to figure it out unless you know somebody who's actually had it. And hopefully this video will help give you a little bit of comfort in what to expect. So this was the very first meeting that I had speaking with somebody about my HRT. Hi everyone, my name is JC, and I'm your host for the channel Monday through Friday. Uh, this is a podcast, weekly podcast, all about one one girl's transformation from boy to girl from the very beginning. Um, the subject of this video is I just had my first ever conversation, first ever official meeting with an institute about receiving hormone replacement therapy, otherwise known as HRT. Um, I know that a lot of you are curious out there what to expect when you're speaking with a representative or a physician about hormone replacement therapy. And I'm here to just kind of give you my impressions minutes after I finished the conversation. So the whole ordeal took about 28 minutes, roughly about half an hour. And I was extremely nervous going into it because I didn't have a touch board or a base for like what to expect. And hopefully this video will help you kind of, you know, understand a little bit more of what to expect yourself. Now, I did take some notes, and these are the cliff notes for everything that was discussed during the conversation with the person representing the Institute. First off, there was no judgment, no trying to talk me out of it, and no behaving as if I was strange for wanting to transition. The person was completely authentic and completely understanding. And that was just great right off the bat because my number one fear was that I was going to be put on the spot and it was going to be like an interrogation, which it was not. Um, right off the bat, they asked me my preferred pronouns and my preferred name. So I have obviously my birth name, and that was the record that they had. But before even acknowledging that, they went ahead and they're like, "What's your preferred name and what are your preferred pronouns?" I went with Casey and she, her. Um, they asked me questions about my medical history, any health problems, surgeries, allergies I might have to medications or otherwise, and symptoms of depression. Now, that one might be a little bit tricky for some of us out there. The symptoms of depression one especially, but everyone's a little bit different, and they were willing to work with me whether I had symptoms or not. And by the way, I'm keeping all of the info that I am presenting you completely neutral and not coloring it one way or another because I want you to be able to use this video as a template for your own self. After asking me questions about my medical history, they asked the preliminary, do I smoke? Do I drink? Do I use drugs? Or do I vape? They encouraged me to contact my primary physician to let them know that I will be taking hormones, which reading between the lines, they're like, yeah, we're gonna work with you here. You're gonna be taking hormones. That was like the midpoint of the conversation. That was like probably like the 15 or 17-minute mark. Um, we sort of wound down the conversation with my needing to get a blood test done so that they can measure my current levels of testosterone and estrogen. Reason being is because when you go through a doctor, as opposed to purchasing black market medications and hormones, when you go through a doctor, they want to make sure that they're giving you the proper healthy dose and that they're not misdiagnosing you or giving you too much of something or too little of something so as it doesn't have an effect or it has a negative effect. So I will be getting a blood test and they'll be measuring my testosterone and my estrogen levels. They gave me options on where to go to actually have the blood drawn. A number of locations. I could either go to their location, which is, let's face it, most of these institutes are within urban or city environments, and I live in the cornfields, quite a ways away from one of these urban or city environments. So just the commute alone, for me at least, is about an hour and 40 to 2 hours, depending on traffic. They're like, hey, this is the these are the places that we go through and we deal with. Find one for yourself that's a little bit closer, and we can have them send the results to us. That's a tremendous help in itself because not all of us have reliable transportation, and not all of us can afford to make the commute, take the day off work, things like that. So yeah, they told me a few different places that I can go ahead and I can have the labs drawn. First off, they gave me options on how to receive the prescriptions, which for me meant that I was given the option of either patches, a pill that dissolves underneath your tongue, also called a sublingual pill, or the route that I'm going, injections. Uh, and that's for the estrogen part of it. The testosterone blocker, um, really the only option for the testosterone blocker was the pill, the sublingual pill. So I have to go with that one. But they also gave me options on where to pick up my prescriptions once they get sent and stuff. Now, they did tell me that if I went through a pharmacy that they're affiliated with, if I go through a pharmacy that they're affiliated with, that the medication will be at a reduced price. And if I go through a different pharmacy closer to me, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. And if I didn't have insurance, it'd be a little bit more expensive still. They also said that if I were to go through one of their pharmacies, but then have that medication, that prescription mailed to me, like sent through the post and stuff, that I would still be able to receive it at the discounted rate that they receive. Um, so that's pretty awesome. I don't have to drive and I still get the discount. And let's see, where did I leave off? They also told me that the sooner that I notify my primary care physician, which is important because I need to let the physician know that, hey, I'm going to be going on hormones. How is this going to affect my regular care? And what do we need to work on in the future for my health? The sooner that I contact my primary physician and the sooner that I get the labs done, the blood work done, the sooner that I can begin the process of having hormones, of starting hormones. So I've got a little bit of homework to do. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to contact my physician, and I'm going to go ahead and contact the institute that I spoke with today and let them know where I will be going to have my blood drawn. Because the sooner that I do that, the sooner I can get put on hormones, and I'm super excited and eager to get this process going. All right, so that's it for this video. Hopefully it was educational and it gave you a little bit of insight in what to expect when you're going to be speaking to an institute or a doctor. I know it can be a little bit scary. I was scared myself, but having done it now, I feel a whole lot better. And I'm going to get the ball rolling on this as soon as possible. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to all of you again real soon.